Welcome to the Capelet hood pattern. Before we start, there is a timestamp. It is in the description and it'll be where you can skip all of this and start sewing. Just some tips I want to mention, especially if you're a beginner. Cutting the pattern. As you've noticed, the mini capelet, she has some dotted lines on the shoulders. That is for if you are really small or have sloped shoulders. If your shoulders are like this instead of like that, cut along the dotted line on the mini capelet. It's a different silhouette than the regular capelet, so that's why I added that, so that way it doesn't look like you're wearing like football. You know what I'm talking about? Materials. You can use many different materials for the capelet and your bonnet and your hat. You can use just a blanket or a quilt. You can line it or not line it. You can use a cotton material for a lighter capelet. Serging. You can serge your seams, zigzag stitch your seams. Honestly, you can leave them raw if you want. It's really up to you. Some people, they'll ask me like, "Oh, does this pattern require a serger?" And I'm always like, depends on you. But here is a serging and zigzag stitch tip if you're using a blanket or a quilt. Before you sew, whenever it says sew these pieces together, take each piece individually and serge or zigzag stitch that edge that you're about to sew before you sew. This way you don't like bust up your serger trying to put two thick pieces of blanket serging them together. So let's pretend like these are your shoulder pieces that you're about to sew together, right? So you're going to want to take each piece and zigzag stitch or serge the very edges, trying to take nothing off. And you're going to do it to each piece. And then you're going to try to put them front facing. Then you're going to put them together after they've been individually serged or zigzag stitched, and then you're going to sew at 1/2 inch seam allowance. That's a really awesome tip that I just started doing myself about a year ago. I wish I learned it sooner because I actually did completely annihilate my last serger before learning that tip. The possibilities are endless. You can, there's many different closures that you can use. There's many different trims, ruffles, fur trims. Like, you can get so fun with this. So I hope I get to see what you make, and let's get started. So this is the blanket we are using for our capelet. It has all these really cute embroidered Bambi characters, and if we place our pieces just right, we can get them all in there. So I'm going to take my front piece and place it right here to cut out. Then I'm going to flip it over and cut the opposite piece over here. And that will give me my two front-facing pieces. And this will be my back piece with the Bambi on it. So cute! Now I am cutting my hood piece. Look at that. Then I'm going to flip it over and then cut out the other hood piece over there. I'm going to get every little critter into this cape. Now I have all of my pieces cut out, and see the way I have the red line lined up? It's gonna be so cute! So this part is completely optional, but because this quilt is so thin, I'm going to line it with a cotton lining. So how you would do that is you would just take your cape pattern and cut out your lining pieces the exact same way you would cut out the cape. So here's your front piece, you would cut out your lining, flip it, and cut your lining again. So now I'm just going to take one pin and pin my lining to the back of my cape. Then I'm going to lift it up and lightly spray adhesive or quilt-based spray my lining on. We're gluing the lining on. That's what we're doing here. Very, very lightly. Make sure to give it a good iron afterwards. Now you're going to lay your back piece facing you, and you're going to start assembling your cape inside out, like this. And then you're going to start sewing along the shoulders, starting right here at the neck at about 1/2 inch seam allowance. So we're back stitching the shoulder, going down all the way to the hem. Then we're going to turn our seam over and flip both of the seams one direction, doesn't matter which way, and then we're going to top stitch that seam down all the way to the hem. This is what it looks like on the outside, and this just makes the cape more strong. And this is what it looks like when it's done. We are halfway there. Then we are going to zigzag stitch or serge the back pieces of the hood like this. And then we're going to put our hood together front facing, with the fronts facing each other. This is what it looks like. And then we're going to start sewing right here at the top of the hood, going all the way down and ending at the back right here. Then you're going to turn it right side out and you have your hood, and it's so cute. Next, we're going to zigzag stitch or serge the neckline of our hood and our cape. Now that we have our seams all cleaned up, we're going to lay our cape and hood out just like this. And then you're going to bring your hood down. And then you're going to flip it upside down. And you're going to line up the edge pieces and the corners just like this. Now you're going to bring one of those edges over onto your machine, and this is where you're going to start sewing. You're going to backstitch and then sew. So after you backstitch, you're going to keep your needle down, holding it in place. Then we're going to take a pin and use it as a marker to pin the middle of the back of the cape. So you're going to find the middle of the back of the cape, and you're just going to stick a pin in there, and that's going to be our marker. So the reason for doing this is to make sure that the middle part of the cape lines up with the middle part of the hood. So this is going to help you determine what you have to do, because blankets stretch and whatnot. So this will determine what you have to do before you get there. All right, so we sewed to the shoulder, and now we're going to look at our center to see where we're at. Is the hood lining up to the cape? Let's see. So mine is a little bit off. It's about 1 inch off, which is no big deal because blankets stretch. So what we're going to do to put that in the center is we're just going to pleat it. I'm going to pleat it about, it looks like 1 inch. And it doesn't matter because you're not going to see the pleat at all. It's really just going to blend in. So I'm going to take about 1 inch. I'm just going to squish it up, just pleat it right here. And then you can see now it lines up. That's perfect. So I'm just going to keep sewing, and I'm going to sew over that pleat. After we sew over the center part and we're at the other shoulder seam, I'm going to stop and see how much we have left to make sure the hood fits perfectly. So it looks like I have a little bit of extra hood left, which I did on purpose because it's better to be too long than too short. And I'm going to have to pleat it maybe once, and then also really work that curve to make it all match and line up at the very edge perfectly. All right, so what I had to do was I had to make a really big pleat on the curve to make this all fit, and it looks like this. And you don't have to worry about that pleat at all. It's not going to be noticeable. Just do whatever you have to do to make it fit. It's going to be good. All right, then we're going to flip our seam down, and we're going to top stitch it just like last time. And here is what it looks like on the outside. This is what it looks like on the inside. And we are all done sewing the cape. Now we're going to bind our edges starting right here, and we're going to go all the way up and around the hood, ending right here. There are 2 different kind of biases. You can get store-bought tape like this, 1 inch bias tape, in any color that you want, or you can make your own, which is a lot of fun, and it looks like this. I really like to make my own because it's more customizable, but either way is fine. So you're going to flip your cape upside down and start right here. Put your bias underneath your cape and just have the very edge sit inside of the bias tape and fold it over like this. Just fit it in perfectly. See? And then you're going to sew the very outer edge. And you're going to really work it with your hands as you go. Don't pin. Just hold it down, put it on your machine, sew right here, backstitch and sew, and then stop and then just insert the bias tape as you go and sew as you go all the way around to the very bottom. This is what it looks like when you are sewing your bias on. And this is what it looks like when you're done. I made my own. I absolutely love it. So cute. For my hem, I just serged my edges and then added this pre-made ruffle to the bottom. And you can see that when you're wearing it, how I lined up this red trim on the blanket to all line up. I love doing that. It just looks so cohesive and so cute. I absolutely love how this turned out. As for your closure, any closure you want. Honestly, sky's the limit. I like grommets because honestly, I'm kind of lazy. Um, it's just really easy to put grommets in and put a cute little tie, but you can do so many things. There's toggles, there are ties, there are ribbon, just any way you can put a closure in, sky's the limit. It's all up to you. I really hope you enjoyed this pattern as much as I do. I hope I get to see yours when you're done. And if you need any help at all, just DM me on Instagram. Bye!